Hi there, and welcome to Time Machine Collectibles. That's TMC. It's been a while since I've done a video, so today I'm just going to do a quick introduction to Tamiya military miniatures. In this case, it's the 135 scale British infantry set, and some accessories, which is a barricade set. And what I intend to do is like a World War One trench diorama using some recycled materials. So over the next few days and weeks, I'll upload some videos just showing you how that's progressed and some of the methods and materials that I've used to give hopefully end up with a World War One trench diorama. So I've used these Tamiyas in the past, and they obviously come up quite good. Quite good detail, go together quite well. I'm by no means an expert at doing these. It's just something that I have a go at now and again, and I'm fully aware that there are other more skilled modelers out there who perhaps their attention to detail is more accurate than mine. But it's just me having a go at doing it, just putting something together, and so I'll put a video out there just showing you how I progress, and we'll have a look at some of the figures that I've done in the past. So firstly, what I tend to do is give a bit of a primer coat onto the plastic figures to start with. It's just straight out the box. Give it a plastic coat, just a generic kind of primer. I think it just gives it something for the paint to bond to. Seems to have worked okay for me. Others may not go or utilise that method. It's just what I tend to do. And then I tend to give a coat of paint to some of the accessories and some of the parts, some of the hands, the faces, etc. Just give it a quick coat of paint, just to bring out a bit of that detail, just to get it kind of going. And just find it easier to do that. Once the kind of parts start to get assembled, we can always touch up and give it a coat of paint where necessary, just to bring out the detail or touch up where needed. So for these figures, we've got the khaki on the uniform, obviously black for the boots, flesh coloured for the hands and the bodies. We have got brown officers' boots as well, and olive green to represent the tin helmets on these. For the diorama and the trench, I've got some recycled material. I've started to use some 50mm thick insulation. That's from a DIY project I had, but the insulation is quite cheap. You could use polystyrene or something similar to that. I just use that. That's what I had to hand. I stripped the foil off the top and the bottom, and I just cut it with a sharp knife just to give a bit of detail, just to give me a couple of parts. And the timbers, I've decided to use some stirring sticks, coffee stirrers, office stirrers, obtainable from DIY stores or craft stores. These I purchased for a couple of pound for about 100 offline. So this is just my interpretation of a trench, say using the stirrers, coffee stirrers, or sticks that you can purchase. I've just coloured them with a bit of stain that I had, just to give them a little bit of colour, just to represent timbers, and that's what I will use for the inside of the trench and kind of create a bit of a duckboard. My intention is to show you kind of step by step what I've done. And let's see how it turns out. So I've got two sections of a trench, back and the front, and what I've done with the insulation, I just covered it in some plaster of Paris that again I had spare from a previous modelling project. Just covered the surface of the insulation, just digging out kind of with my fingers literally, to represent kind of impact craters, and obviously just use some corrugated card. That's to represent the corrugated tin, and that's then going to be covered with timbers. So by no means will it be perfect or 100% accurate in detail. It's just something for us to have a go at. So I have angled the one side with the corrugated face, and the opposite side will be on an angle, so it will create like a V, so it will be like a V trench. But I've kept the back end of the insulation square, and the other section will be square. So I will be able to, or intend to maybe alternate between a V trench or a square-sided trench. Again, others out there may have comments about the accuracy of the trench being V'd or square or straight. It's just an interpretation. It's just a diorama. It's not meant to be 100% by any means. So here we can see the second section, the larger section, same kind of principle. Larger section of insulation, just put some kind of craters in there with my fingers and covered it with plaster of Paris. Just gave it a bit of a mix of paints. The tester pots that you can get from your DIY store, usually quite cheap. I just keep those in browns and greys and those kind of colours, and I just mix them up, put them on. It gives it a bit of a base, and we'll kind of build it up until it looks something like a bit of a battleground, a bit of obviously a muddy field. The sandbags are the Tamiya's 135 Tamiya's, but I know again you can perhaps improvise your own. And as I say, the boarding is using the kind of stirrer method. I've layered those on some double-sided tape on one side, just to give that kind of effect, and then I've built it up as I've gone along. So obviously slightly closer shot there. So as you can see, most of the corrugated you don't see, but I've kind of broken the timbers, so to speak. It's where it's rotted away or fell away, or perhaps been used for something else, or been blown away from a shell landing. So it's not meant to be perfect boarding. It's meant to represent the corrugated tin behind, and then the timbers kind of protecting it as well, with the sandbags on top, and that's the kind of idea. Obviously there'll be a trench, and then we've got the back end of it to do as well. So these are just examples of the sticks that I've used. The stirring sticks, they come in a pack. They're kind of piney or natural coloured when they come through. As I say, I think I had about 100 for £2-3 from a online, but you can have a look in your kind of pound shops or that kind of thing. I just gave them a coat of stain. Again, I had that available, but you could use paint, or somebody even suggested using something like tea or coffee and just kind of stain it, just to take that kind of that natural look, and just give it a bit of timber look. And then laying some double-sided tape, kind of carpet style DIY tape. I'll put that on my cut mat, and then I just start layering the timbers just to give an effect. Break them, put these gaps in. Again, it's just to represent where timbers have either rotted or perhaps been taken away for some reason, or just fell away, or an impact somewhere has just kind of blown them out of sync. It's not meant to be 100% perfect, obviously, but again, it just gives you a bit of detail into those those timbers. So again, this is the kind of back section, work in progress. I've not fixed the timbers yet, but they are ready now on the double-sided tape, and we will fix those to the corrugated card at the back. And I will just drop a bit of kind of glue on there just to help them kind of set to the corrugated end. Then we'll build up the back scene, and we'll build up the front scene as we go. So the next few videos I hopefully will see a little bit of progression, and then just see how we go with the duckboard and kind of weathering of the trench, and let's see how it turns out. I do hopefully find this of interest. Please comment and subscribe to my channel, and look out for my next few videos of how this diorama progresses. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.